today I'm going to be showing you a few scenarios that I played on PvP servers in Day of Dragons. So this game is pretty much like PvE servers where you can't hurt other people, aren't very useful if you've done everything. So pretty much fighting is the thing. So playing on PvP is very hard, so that's why I decided, you know what, I'll try it out, I'll see what happens. So in this first scenario, I can hear somebody drinking water, so I wanted to check it out, wanted to see like maybe I can get a good battle out of it. And then I realized I was an idiot. It's a puddle. Only babies can drink from puddles. It's a little hatchling. That was such a funny scenario. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have a battle, and then suddenly it's like, oh, hello, little one. But this wasn't that boring, actually. So I know there are daycare dragons. So those are dragons that take care of little hatchlings. But pretty much I knew back here, I was like, oh, it's just white dragons. They all have white skins. But this time I saw this dragon and I was like, oh, okay, this one doesn't have a white skin, so I can attack it. I didn't think it was a daycare dragon at all, so I started attacking it. It was kind of a weird scenario. I'm pretty sure the person got caught very off guard, because like they were just hunting, and I attacked them, and I also managed to shoot them again. So I'm pretty sure they were on low health by this point, because I shot them 3 times, and also bit them 2 times with the DK effect. So I was running after them, which is pretty important, and I mean they landed on a very open, flat area, so it wasn't hard to find them. And now I did a very bad mistake. I decided to wait to I thought I had enough bile, but I didn't. I wanted to shoot them, but instead they shot me and half of my health was gone, literally. So now we're just pretty much like spinning in circles. I had to turn on night vision because I couldn't see anything. It's just, obviously I hit them with the acid, so pretty much they're losing all of their stamina. And I wasn't, but this battle wasn't very good for me, and I died. But later in editing I did realize it was a daycare dragon, so I'm honestly quite glad I didn't kill it. Like, GG, good for you. Honestly, that person didn't deserve to get killed. So the next scenario, so I just ate a mushroom. I went to a river for a drink, and you know, when you're going to a river, you gotta be careful, because obviously there are people like me now who are waiting to attack you. I mean, this is the fun. This is the fun of the PvP server. You don't come on a PvP server if you just wanna be peaceful. Then you go on a PvE. So I see another acid spitter. So I wasn't sure if it's a juvenile or if it was an adult. So I just wanted to, you know what, I'll just go and attack it. I had a very hard time trying to run, and then I also got slowed down again. It was kind of a mess. So when I actually hit them, that person did sound like a juvenile, I think. I mean, by the sound, it sounded like a juvenile, but then I lost them. I couldn't see them. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they just went straight forward, but I'm really not sure about that. So later, when I was editing, I saw in slow motion, so pretty much when we both collided, the person did look almost the same size as me, so maybe they weren't an adult yet, maybe they were still a juvenile, but like a little bit different. So a few days later, I was again there, and I heard somebody drinking water, and also I heard plasma blast. So that was honestly pretty creepy. Like in the middle of the night, you just hear somebody and just hear plasma blast. You know something's happening. So I didn't want to like do any sharp movements or anything. I knew I had to stay hidden, because in that case, like, it's not good if there's like multiple people. So it's like, the sound is getting closer. I was going to hide immediately, because obviously, and it's so creepy, but it's so cool. It's really the fun of the PvP server. So you should always stay crouched, honestly, just in case that somebody does attack you and you want to escape, then you can run very fast with the acid spitter. So I also heard a hatchling, but I also heard something else. I don't know where the hatchling was, but the other thing mattered. So suddenly, another one came. It hit me with the DK, and that was very bad, because he had the advantage. I didn't manage to hit him. I'm pretty sure I bit him twice, but that doesn't mean matters much because, you know, I didn't have my stamina. But I did a very bad move. I went out in the open without any protection, but honestly, and I also saw a shadow scale flying around, so I'm pretty sure that was like his friend or something, and I decided to safe log. You can also see the acid spitter running in the background here. I noticed that later in editing, but honestly, I'm guessing they didn't see me, because who would think somebody would be stupid enough to run out in in the open? So I don't know about that shadow scale. Is it the same one or that you can see in the background or another one? But it doesn't matter. I was able to safe log and I was able to escape. Honestly, it was a pretty fun encounter. So in this next battle, I was just flying around as you do, you know, as a shadow scale. So I played sometimes as an acid spitter, sometimes as a shadow scale. So I hear a plasma blast and I'm like, who is this? As you could have maybe seen it now, like behind me. And soon the person actually does appear. I had to like, this battle was like 25 minutes long, so I'm gonna cut most of it out. I'm only gonna comment on the actual important parts. So here is where I could first see the dragon when that person appeared, and this is pretty much like how the fight started. This time I didn't start it, it was this person. So I started shooting at them, and air battles are so tricky, man. They're so, like, obviously this is why I'm gonna be cutting the most of it out, because it's honestly pretty fun when you're playing it, but nobody wants to sit here and watch 25 minutes of two dragons just flying around and missing fireballs at each other. It's just, it's not fun. It's more just fun when you're actually playing it. So here, at this point, like, when you stop like that accidentally, you have to make sure to dive immediately so you can get back up. And also, I had to be very careful about my stamina because we're underwater, and if I fell in that water, god, that would have been awful. And it's just, air battles are so infuriating. It's just, you have to make sure to stay, like, do not go too down, because then you can fall. And it's also, when you're aiming like in first person, it's very tricky, because you can sometimes, you can't see your head, so you can see like the red. You can't shoot when it's red because your head isn't like far enough to the side, but you can't see that because you can't see your dragon. As you can see, at this point, this person didn't ever hit me yet. I think I maybe hit them once, but the plasma blast doesn't even do much. Like, it barely does any damage anyways, so... So be very careful when you're at this low altitude. I almost, like, fell into the water. That would have been bad. That wouldn't have been fun. It just... I'm glad I got out of that. It's fine. But, yeah, just be careful. So the enemy, my enemy was going pretty high, and that was kind of bad for them, because I mean that loses a lot of energy. They wanted to always to have the high ground, but that comes with the price, because obviously, I mean, my stamina was barely gone, like it was almost fully there, and I bet theirs was at least at 50% or less, probably less. Just wanted to mention, and also, yeah, so wanted to mention, keep an eye on the person you're fighting, because this was pretty tricky. So this person is here, you can see them very well, and at one point they just disappeared. They're just not there. He probably went invisible, which uses a lot of stamina. So I'm guessing I spent like a lot of time just trying to find this person, because, you know, they probably had no stamina, so that person couldn't be far away. On the end of the day, I'm pretty sure they fell in the water or something, but they don't want to leave, because obviously, like, they couldn't have gone far. So yeah, he fell in the water, in the lake. So this is kind of funny. Why were we even fighting on the lake? But here's the problem. I should have used this opportunity. This person was with no stamina on the ground. I should have just landed and fought him, because I had a lot of stamina, but instead I thought, you know what, I'll shoot them from the sky, but I didn't manage to actually do that. I actually failed, so that was, they managed to recover their stamina, and I was just here flying like a fool and not doing anything. That was kind of a stupid move. I'll learn from my mistakes, and you can learn from my mistakes as well, so you never have to make them. So now pretty much the person managed to get up again. They got enough stamina. I don't know how much, but I'm sure they recovered from that. So that was quite an unfortunate thing. And just please don't anybody be like, why are you attacking people? That's not nice. It's a PvP server. If you want to live in an environment where nobody can hurt you, people go on a PvE server. But there, it's pretty much just about genetics, and everybody has A++++++ stats, and everybody has the perfect dragon. But what's the point? So yeah, again, it's just, I don't know why I did that so much. Like, when you stop in the air, then you have to dive again, because that can really screw you over. But yeah, this is the point of PvP servers. This is why people go there, because it's fun. It's honestly fun, even though, you know, there's a risk of losing like 3 hours of work to get to an adult again. It takes so long. And also, at this point, I fell. I didn't even lose much health. I barely lost any health. I mean, I thought I was gonna lose way more. But honestly, it was fine. I recovered from that pretty easily. And I mean, it's just this whole fight. I mean, you could see there was almost no damage taken. So I actually was able to bite him in the air. That I would say that was pretty impressive. So you can see how pretty much it already got dark. It's literally almost night. And also he did manage to hit me, but look how tiny that damage is. That's not even like, that's probably 5% maybe. My dad was like, maybe that's 10. I don't think that's 10%. I really don't think so. It's just kind of ridiculous. I feel like air battles just, I don't think shadow scales were made to fight each other. I'm pretty sure when this game is gonna have way more dragons in the game, it's gonna be more interesting, because currently you can either have this or you can have the acid spitters. So he used the invisibility again for some reason, even though that just, yeah, the invisibility immediately left. So it's because it uses up so much stamina, especially when you're flying. Like, that was pretty dumb. So he decided to go down. Obviously, he probably had no more stamina, so it pretty much it's now or never. I'm going down after him. I learned my lesson, so I had to go down. I had to see what's gonna happen. And oh my god, this scenery is so pretty. Even just watching this footage back, it's so pretty. How the animations, it really is the most realistic dragon game I've ever seen. It's just great. So here's where this battle started. So I managed to shoot them, they shot me, didn't do much, did it. Almost not at all. And they were done very, very fast. I'm guessing, like, because I shot them a bunch of times, like, they were lower than me, so that wasn't the problem. Only like half an hour. No biggie. So again, I was another scenario where I was just drinking water normally, you know, as you do, and you gotta be careful and watch around, because drinking water is very loud. It's just very loud. And also, then I see, oh, there's another acid spitter there. Let's see what's gonna happen. So I decide to go after them. So yeah, I start attacking them, and yeah, I first didn't hit them with the DK, but now I did, and you could see the particles. So it's just so hard to chase somebody in the night. I mean, the night vision, it's good, but it's not good when you're chasing somebody. This is like during the night, it's really not good, is it? I was just running around a bit. I just wanted to find them. I wanted to figure out, are they anywhere near here? Because they couldn't have gotten far. And I'm pretty sure I tried to smell them as well, because if you bite somebody, they're gonna bleed, so you can smell the blood. But I couldn't find anything, unfortunately. But then I actually did see them. There, right there. So I did find them. They were, I don't know why they returned to the place. Maybe they thought I was long gone or something. I don't know. And it's just so hard with the bushes and the trees. It's just legit impossible. I'm surprised that I even managed to see him again. So he came out, he bit me, so we were pretty much like both without stamina, I guess, at that point. And then just the battle started. It's pretty, I mean, it's pretty funny. It just looks like we're two dogs chasing each other's tails. I can't even speak anymore. It's kind of funny. I mean, this is like, it's more interesting because this is like a real battle. This is against like people just playing around, because I did, oh yeah, also the air support came. As you can see, you could hear the blast, and most of my health was gone. Like literally 2/3 of it are just gone immediately. And there was actually, I'm pretty sure, 2 shadow skills, because you can hear 2 shots right after each other, and a shadow scale can't shoot that fast. It just doesn't work that way. So this is another scenario. So now I was just here, and I wanted to see what's gonna be with this dragon. So as I said, these are not point scenarios. I do have a video of shadow scale versus shadow scale, which is me and my dad went on our own server and fought against each other. It was a completely planned battle, but this is on just a regular PvP server. And here I wanted to go attack that person. I should have probably went I should have probably not waited. I waited for my stamina to go a bit up, but I could have lost him pretty easily at this point. So this was pretty much, I'm guessing, maybe like a father, because later later you can like in the chat there was like people asking him where he is and like all of that, but also he saw me, so you know, that was quite unfortunate. My surprise factor was gone, and he asked me like, who are you? But I should have probably, I didn't want to respond. I wanted to just see what's gonna happen. Maybe I should have just left the battle, maybe I shouldn't have, but honestly this battle turned out great. It was kind of funny, because I didn't do anything, but the person got annoyed after some time. Yep, he had enough. You can hear that he was trying to bite me, so this is where the battle starts. But also, it was again very long, so I'll cut out most of the boring parts, and I'll only comment on the interesting stuff. And now the mom arrived, or the dad, I don't know who was the first one, but the whole family, this is a family gathering. So pretty much at this point I was like, yeah, maybe I could fight them, maybe not. I didn't really know what to think, because it's 2 versus 1, and I really didn't know. I was still like, okay, I can try, let's see what happens. That was pretty close. So I was wondering, should I run away, should I not? I mean, it's hard. It's probably very hard. I don't know. Could I even beat 2 dragons? Like 1v1 is possible, but 2v1, I feel like it was more fun for them at that point. Like, let's be honest, because it was 2 of them and 1 of me, so they obviously had the better chance. I really couldn't do much. These guys are pretty experienced, because like I was just trying to turn around, but all the time they were behind me. I never could turn enough to actually hit them. Like, it was kind of annoying, and they also hit me. I mean, it didn't do much, but it did do damage. At this point, I was just wondering how long could I survive, and I was like, you know what, I'll fight them, and when it gets risky, I'll just leave. And oh my god, I really love these guys' skins. Like, they're like black with like a little blue outline. That actually looks very pretty. So the uncle is here as well. It's a family gathering. Legit, the 3rd dragon came. Jesus Christ, how many friends do these guys have? This time I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I don't want to stay until the 2nd cousin arrives or whatever. Like, honestly, I don't want to fight a whole family tree. I don't know, was this like a clan or something? I wanted to reach Redwood Point so I could hide with the big trees, because, I mean, that was really my only option, because, like, I didn't have that much stamina left, and there was 3 dragons chasing me. Like, look at that, how crazy that looks. Honestly, like, this might not seem that interesting, but god, when I was playing here, it was intense, it was fun, it was amazing, but like, it's really the fun of the game. I never really expected to be chased by 3 dragons. So here, I had to figure out how to, I had to use invisibility with my little stamina left, so I had to make a sharp move and then use it. So I saw my first chance when one of the dragons actually came, when one of the dragons came in front of me. So here is what I did. I took a sharp turn, I went away, at least one of them wouldn't see me because one of them was in front of me, so I had a way less chance of actually getting discovered. I didn't get hurt too much, but I don't think I even took any fall damage. I had to, you know, get some energy because my energy was completely down. If you want to use invisibility, you have to have at least a little bit of energy, and I did use the full invisibility, even though I don't really like it, as you could see in my video of the 1K update, but it would be stupid of me not to use it. I don't think I needed to not use it to prove a point, because if it's there, I'll use it. But they were still searching for me. There's no way. There was no way with that, like, before invisibility that was like partial. There was a little tiny chance of actually finding me, but with full invisibility, there was no way they could ever find me. That just wasn't gonna happen. I was hiding here for a while. Like, they had a search party. Let's be honest, they probably called the grandma, grandpa, everybody. But yeah, they got close to me a few times, but it just was pointless. There was no way they could find me. After a few minutes, I actually heard somebody eating a mushroom, so they were still close and, like, pretty nearby. So I waited a bit more and then I decided to safe log, but you can't actually be invisible when sleeping, so that was risky. And my beautiful camouflaged skin is the best thing. I look like a giant blueberry, a very vibrant giant blueberry. But yeah, I did manage to escape. This was honestly so much fun. It was amazing. So yeah, that would be pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.